Welcome back to the Dilster Show. I got a new mic set up with I got like a arm mic rig stand set up. It's actually pretty sick and surprisingly really not that expensive. Like my whole setup here is like just a little over $100. Not bad. I think I'm gonna get a second one of these when I have a couple people coming to visit me because I plan on shooting a couple like actual interviews with some UGC creators. My one buddy he just hit his first 20K month with UGC. I'm gonna be interviewing him, and yeah, just a bunch of entrepreneurs on here. So I'm excited for that. But anyways, enough of that. Welcome back to the Dilster Show. I'm your host, Dylan, and honestly, I wanted to kickstart off this podcast with I was scrolling on Instagram yesterday, and I don't typically scroll on Instagram, but I was out at dinner with my friends, and I don't know if anyone saw this, but ASU is now offering a major in influencing. So you can now major in influencing at the Arizona State University. It would only it would only make sense that, the first university to lead the charge on this is Arizona State University, the most prestigious of all schools. But it's just funny because when I was in LA, it seemed like all the LA girls went to that school. That was like the school. Like every girl there had at least 10K followers on Instagram. So basically what I was reading is I wanted to see like what actually this class entailed of for social media or, becoming an influencer. And so essentially what it is they're going to have their students be like brand ambassadors for the school. Essentially what they're going to do is they're going to have their students become brand ambassadors for the school. So they're going to be creators that are basically promoting the school, and they're going to show things like classes, community, extracurriculars. You got to give it to them. Whether they actually teach valuable lessons in the classes, you got to give it to ASU. It was a genius marketing move because they're just going to have their students promote the school for them. And we all know how Instagram works. They're only going to show the best parts. Instagram is a highlight reel at the end of the day. So they're going to be only showing the best parts of the school, of course. Well, I don't know. That's pretty much all I want to say on that. But, old jokes aside, I am actually glad that they are starting to wake up and schools are starting to wake up on the fact that students and Gen Z no longer wants to graduate college and work a shitty job until they retire. No one wants to sign up for that anymore. And so they're finally recognizing the actual career path that content creation can make for you. Gen Z just no longer wants to accept working a shitty 9 to 5 for the rest of their life and the normal 9 to 5 job that society has accepted for years. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that they're now more accepting to that because, let's be honest, like school is so outdated. Just everything they teach in those classes, everything I taught in school, or everything I learned in school, I don't use today at all. I gotta be honest. I'm definitely not a huge promoter of college unless you're going for a specific field. I went for marketing. It was a joke. The only thing I ask for the social media class is whoever is going to be the professor, please don't let it be some tenured dinosaur who doesn't know a thing about social media. They need to have some sort of social proof that they know how to build a community, a real community online. Because that could be huge. It could actually be like a really legitimate reason why schools would make sense. Because right now, I don't really see that many upsides with school right now. Like it's just like the stuff they teach are so outdated. So if they had something like this, I think that'd be a great idea. It's funny. Even when I was in college, we didn't have a major for it, but we had a social media class. And the only platform they taught us about was Pinterest. It's like, thanks. Thank you so much. Today is Saturday that I'm filming this. So I actually filmed a quick episode yesterday before I went out. But I went out because it was my buddy's birthday. We were celebrating his birthday. It was just my brother and our friend. And we went to some restaurant called like Peacock in Charleston. It was pretty good. It was really good food. But they were drinking and oh wow, it's storming. I don't know if y'all can hear, but it is pouring outside right now. I feel like it's been doing that a lot recently where it's like super nice at the start of the day and then around, was it 3 p.m.? It just downpours. It's kind of a vibe. I just hope it doesn't get picked up on this mic so much. But anyways, so when I was sitting there at dinner yesterday with my friends, it got me thinking about because I kept hearing this on a different podcast with Michael Smoke, Higher Wellness. To really like transform your life, you really have to kill the old person, the person that you identified with for so many years. The person who stays stagnant in life was me a couple of years ago in LA, working my 9 to 5 sales job, going out drinking every single weekend, essentially erasing my memory because I was just so unhappy with my current circumstances, and I was coping. At the end of the day, I was coping, and so I think I had like half of a Stella last night at dinner while they were all drinking like heavily, and yeah, like I just dipped early because all I could think about while I was at dinner was, damn, I really want to wake up and like feel good tomorrow. That's all I could think about, was like, how do I get out of here so I can like wake up, hit the gym, get some sun, get some steps in, read, meditate, journal, all the good stuff, and then get some work done. Work on some UGC, do this podcast. That's all I could think about now. And it's like, wow, I really feel like I'm a completely different person than I was like a year ago. And it is pretty crazy how much you can really change if you just like are active about it. Really, it's about like it's about surrounding yourself with people who have the same interests as you or similar mindset as you. And it's just so infectious. Like they always say, like, you're the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And I think that it's so true. And it's kind of sad that I'm realizing this now with like some of my friends, that I just can't be with them because they're not where I want to be. Like they're content with kind of just enjoying life and not like working really hard towards something bigger. And maybe they are and I just don't see it, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. And so for me, it's really important that if I can't be around people right now that have the same interests as me, then I just need to isolate myself until I find the people that, I want to be like. And that's a whole nother avenue of conversation I want to talk about, where you're never going to find your people unless you put yourself out there. Like I saw a post on social media yesterday about how guys are like more lonely than ever and no one ever talks about it. And while I think that's true, I also think there needs to be some sort of like accountability there, because I don't think that a lot of guys put themselves out there. Wow, it's thundering right now. And it's like, yeah, like that's why social media is cool, is like you can put yourself out there, show your interests, so show what you're into, and it'll connect you with people who have similar mindset as you, which is really, really cool. And I never would have met any of these UGC people that I'm friends with now if it wasn't for me posting about UGC. So if you want new friends, like I think the first step is like make it known what you're interested in. Like put yourself out there, put yourself online, and actually use social media as a tool instead of letting it use you. Like if you're just gonna sit there and doom scroll and consume content all day long and not do anything about it, it's a net negative for you. So just don't do it. Like actually use it to your ability. And social media can be an amazing tool, but it is so brutal. I get sucked in. Like I'll go to social media just like to find something that's gonna help me with an ad, like some inspo that I saved, and then I'll just get stuck on something and I'm scrolling and like 30 minutes go by. I'm like, fuck. Happens to everyone. But anyways, yeah, I was at dinner last night and I was scrolling and I don't know if you know who his name's like Jack Stay in Life. He's friends with Michael Smoke on Instagram. But I'm seeing this kid on my feed. I'm like, he is crushing it in life. It seems like it. It seems like he's so happy and just crushing it with life. And I'm like, at some point, he definitely was like, fuck that. I'm going to leave this old person behind and transform my life. And yeah, it's just like, fuck. Like, how do I get to that point where I'm like, just so, I don't know, just so stoked about life. Like you wake up, you're like, fuck yeah. Like I get to do this. I'm so happy. Like I feel like I'm on that path right now, but I definitely have not reached that. I'm still figuring it out. I'm still trying to figure out how to make like a steady 10K a month online. It's so rocky. I feel like UGC is so weird. Where like I have some good months, then bad months, good months, bad months. And it's kind of stressful in that sense. But I think that's just being an entrepreneur in general. It's never like guaranteed. But I like that at least it's in my hands of, I can control the inputs. Anyways, I guess just last thing I want to touch on with the surrounding yourselves with the right people. It is like you're literally putting a ceiling on your potential when you keep hanging around people that don't think big things of themselves or don't have big goals. And it's just something to think about. Like, I just want to be surrounded by people who just have these absurd stretch goals and that are like delusional, because those are the types of people that have these like moonshot opportunities that like they put it out there and they actually are striving for something. And I don't know. I just think that it's so infectious. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, so I'm not even going to go further on that. But definitely, if you can, try to put yourself out there, whether that's social media or I guess it doesn't have to be social media. You can go to like a run club or something and find other people and be vocal in person about what you like to do. I think that's good too. But either way, you still have to put yourself out there. Like, no one's going to come to you. No one's come to save you. No one's coming to find you unless you do something about it. So that's completely up to you. Yeah, I guess on the same topic of leaving like the old person behind, I had a bit of a fitness journey where I was pretty out of shape. I was pretty out of shape junior year, senior year of college. It probably took me like 4 years to get a physique that I was like super proud of. And I would say that you basically have to ditch your old systems. So the old system I had with my old physique was I drank every weekend. I ate a lot of processed foods. I definitely think I probably played video games, like all the bad stuff I did. And it's like, what sort of like, what does a new operating system for someone who has a six pack look like? What sort of inputs do they do? They're probably doing like an average of 10, 15K steps a day, right? They're probably eating majority whole foods. They're probably not drinking every weekends. They're probably focusing on their sleep. Sleep is like the number one. Like they're probably making sure they get 8 hours of sleep. Because when you get 8 hours of sleep, you get strong will. And so you won't binge eat. You won't be like caving and eating just super junk food. Yeah, that's something that I realized when I'm sleep deprived. Like I will eat so much junk food. It's so bad. So yeah, just like all these things. Like what are all the inputs that someone who has the life that you want, like what you like, break it down, like really dumb it down. And I think that's a great place to start. And now that I got the physique that I wanted, like, I mean, I obviously there's always room for improvement, but I'm really happy with where I'm at right now. And I feel like I can kind of like check that box of like fitness off. And now for me, it's like, how do I how do I take that success and do the same thing with entrepreneurship or just business in general? Because there's so many parallels between fitness and just entrepreneurship. I'm realizing. But yeah, it's like what does someone who does 20K a month do? Like how they probably have a high leverage skill. They probably have systems down where it's repeatable and where it's pretty frictionless, right? Like there's all these different things that they're doing, and I'm just trying to figure out and crack the code on that because yeah, I have like huge goals as far as like business goes. And I'm kind of treating that like it's like my new journey. Like fitness took me like 4 or 5 years to get to where I wanted to be. And now I want to start a whole new journey with entrepreneurship. I'm like, it gets me really excited talking about it and just getting to hear about other founders and their stories and why they started. And yeah, I just love this whole world. It's like a whole new world. Like entrepreneurship is like a sport. It's really cool. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm ranting now, but yeah, I think this was a pretty okay podcast. A little over the place, but it's starting to pour now, and I'm afraid that it's going to start really thundering, and I don't want it to get too loud while I'm recording, so I'm going to probably end it here. But if you made it to the end of this episode, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you are listening on Spotify, first of all, thank you, because that's awesome. I just created Spotify. But if you can, try to leave it a review. I don't know if it's easy to do. I always hear podcasters say, hey, don't forget to leave me a 5-star review. If it's easy, I would appreciate it. If it's kind of hard to find, don't worry about it. But anyways, it's really starting to pour down. So I'm going to head out. I'm going to head to the gym. I'm going to try to do deadlifting. I haven't deadlifted in like 2 years. I'm going to try to do some light deadlifts and then hit the sauna. And then tomorrow's Sunday, so I'm going to try to shoot some UGC tomorrow. But anyways, thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.